You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
Across the NFL, it is what is known as Black Monday, the first Monday after the regular season ends. Oh, wait. You know what? My mind's all over the place. And because of that, I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm so excited right now. I'm just talking absolute nonsense. Charlie, Victory Monday. But before I ask you how you are, is this the best Victory Monday of all time?
Nah, not of all time. But the Victory Visor is back. And it's been a good minute since we made an appearance with the Victory Visor. I've been traveling for the past 3 weeks, and I brought the Victory Visor everywhere I went. And I look at it in the car, look at it when I take it out the car. Didn't have a reason to put it on. But now we got a reason. Bro, when I tell you, Kadeem, that it was like, man, excruciating to watch. Excruciating, bro. It was like, man, I didn't know if we were going to win or not. When you watched the game, did you think, oh, we'll pull this off? Or were you like, I don't know what we're going to get today?
For those wondering what game Charlie's talking about, it was the Week 18 matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets at Hard Rock Stadium, which the Dolphins needed to win, and they needed some help elsewhere, aka the Buffalo Bills, to beat the New England Patriots. If those two things happened, then the Miami Dolphins would reach the playoffs for the first time since 2016. I thought we would win, but I'm not going to lie. As the game continued, I genuinely thought Skylar Thompson would throw an interception and the Jets would win. And like, I didn't want to manifest it by saying it out loud. I might have said it to Drakey, but I was just like, yeah, that's the way the game was going, and it didn't go that way. Jason Sanders, I'm going to give him his flowers for this week because he came up clutch when the Dolphins needed him to. I watched the game at Hippodrome with Hannah Montana, and I met a Dolphins fan called Joe, and the rest were Jets fans. Everywhere Jets fans. And before I pass it back to you, so Jason, I know we'll get through the whole game, but I just want to talk about that final Jason Sanders kick. They asked me, the Jets fans were like, is he going to make this kick? And I was like, how far is it? And they said 49 yards. I was like, yeah, 49 yards, he's got this. It then popped up on TV, 50 yards. I was like, nope, no get it. I was like, and it sounds stupid, but I was insanely confident at 49 yards. At 50, I was like, no, he's going to miss this. Because he had made, prior to week 18, 150-yard full goal plus all season. I was like, is this 50? Nah, it's dumb. And yeah, the rest is history.
The Miami Dolphins swim their way into the playoffs, defeating the New York Paper Planes 11-6.
Can I interject? Because I don't think they swam. I think they doggy paddled. And not just doggy paddled. I think they were not like you're drowning, and they flailed. The arms just flailing, doing anything they can to make it. That was not swimming.
Yeah, man. Doggy paddle was the best way to describe it. It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans, and by the fans. Your favorite podcast. Kadeem, I didn't put out a last minute lock on our YouTube. Usually, we just started this year, the easy money segment. And for those of us who are listening for the first time, easy money is when we take the best bets of the week for the Miami Dolphins and tell you which one you should stay away from and which ones, if you're going to take a chance on, I'll help you out a little bit. Last minute locks are the bets that aren't out by the time we record Fins Up Friday. So I'll go back to the well on a Saturday morning or a Saturday afternoon and give you last minute locks for the game on Sunday. When I tell you the under was a lock, Kadeem, it was a lock. You could bet every single thing you owned or was about to own on this under, and we didn't lock it in. Not only was that a lock, Kadeem, excuse me, there's a bet. It's a prop bet on DraftKings. Lowest scoring game of the week. And it's all the games, what is it, 16 games?
Yeah,
all 16 games. And who do you think would be the lowest scoring, or who do you think would be the highest scoring? When I tell you that line was like plus 725, and I didn't take it, but that was supposed to be mentioned on last minute locks, but I didn't mention it. Kadeem, when you said doggy paddled our way into the playoffs, it couldn't get no better description than that. Because here we are, down to our third string quarterback with 3 quarterbacks dressed. Teddy Bridgewater, dressed. Mike Glennon, dressed. Skylar Thompson, dressed. And I'm thinking to myself, there's a chance we might see all 3 of these boys today. And I'm not making any jokes. I'm not even lying. I'm like, it's 6-6. We haven't put up any points. If we were going to pull Skylar, when would we pull him, right? Because now Teddy has a dislocated pinky finger. He's back throwing again. He should be good in about a week and a half from now, but he has a problem gripping the ball. Obviously, you can't throw the ball over 30 yards if you have a problem gripping it. So my thing is, do we need Teddy to throw the ball over 30 yards, right? If we got Skylar Thompson and we're just matriculating down the field, can we get Teddy to just throw us some screens and ins, outs, and slants? And then I'm like, worst case scenario, it's Mike Glennon. So I'm sitting here, and I'm be real with you. I don't know what we're gonna get, Kadeem. I'm looking at the Bills game. I'm looking at the Dolphins game. I'm a mess. I'm a mess right now. Shout out to Anthony Hamilton. I'm a mess. I'm torn. Natalie Imbruglia.
I was thinking, please say that. Please say that. I was like, yeah, I like that.
So I'm torn, bro, and I'm going through it, bro. And lo and behold, Jason Sanders delivers on the kick, and coach was pointing at him like, there it is. I just thought we were going to get that kick in the AFC Championship with no time on the clock, and Jason Sanders was going to give us a 50-yarder. Remember when Sherrod Steve was on and I said that? But listen, man, what do you take away from the game? And matter of fact, before we go to what you take away from it, you said you were going to talk about Black Monday, and then you said, you know what, you was tripping. What do you mean you were tripping? It is Black Monday.
I thought it was, but I was like, hold on, it's Black Monday after the Super Bowl? I was like 99.9% sure Black Monday was after the regular season. And then a part of me was like, it might be after the Super Bowl. So I kind of reined myself in, and in doing that, I was like, no, I'm right. But I couldn't like go back and forth, and so yeah. Because my whole thing was going to be, it's Black Monday. And while many thought the Dolphins would be making moves on Black Monday, they're not, because they're in the playoffs. So that was my whole intro. You now heard it, even though you didn't hear it at the beginning. So, yeah.
So the Dolphins fly out to Buffalo early to get acclimated to the cold, or not?
I don't want to get into it before we do the preview. All I'm going to say is that if Tua's not playing, I don't think it matters when you fly out. Like, you literally might as well fly out 10 minutes before kickoff and then leave the engine running. There's no point. Like Charlie, we just played the Jets, put up 11 points, and 2 of them were from a safety. Like, listen, I love this Dolphins team, but have you seen the Tyreek Hill post-match interview he done from the locker room?
No, I haven't.
I'm going to paraphrase him, but what he said was essentially this team plays different with Tua, and I'm pretty sure he said the team plays harder with Tua. And I was thinking, that's a bold thing to say, but you can listen. I've made my thoughts and feelings clear on Tyreek Hill as as an off the field person. When Tyreek Hill went down, or not even went down, when he was on the sideline and was questionable with an ankle injury.
Boy, he talking about played through it. The man always playing injured, bro. I love it.
But I was looking at him going, are you hurt? Are you injured? Or have you had enough of being held and not getting the ball? Because I was like, yo, I hate being the watch film back guy and say this guy was open, this guy was open, this guy was open. Yo, there were open guys on Sunday and Skylar couldn't find them. And you can just tell players were like, yo, if we had Ooze back there, this game is done in the first half.
But that's what you get with a third string quarterback, though, Kadeem. Even when Tua was a rookie, everyone was like, "Oh, well, you're not going to get the Alabama Open. This is NFL Open." That's what everybody kept saying. And now when you get Skylar Thompson in there, you see a reluctance to throw receivers open, or maybe I should throw this ball now, but I don't have the confidence in whatever. Like maybe the receiver won't get there on time. Maybe I don't trust my arm. Maybe it's just inexperience because I'm a 7th round pick and I haven't played a lot of NFL games. That's what you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? So we're in a group chat, Kadeem, and someone said, "Hey, what are we thinking so far?" And I'm like, yo, this is what I expected. I expected to see a close game. It could go either way. And if you ask me, I think the Jets should have won that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't deserve to get into the playoffs. Now that we won, okay, we deserve to get in, but this is not how you want to go into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Now, what we do have going in our favor, Kadeem, we had a 3-game winning streak. We had a 3-game losing streak. We had a 5-game winning streak. We had a 5-game losing streak. It's a new streak. And if we're going by numbers, that means this streak is going to carry you into next year. And that means we're going to win the Super Bowl. But that's not how it works. So, yeah, this is a new streak, man. And you got to get on the right side of the numbers. And here's some numbers. 88. Kadeem has on the 88 jersey Mike Gesicki. Although he's going to leave us this year because Kadeem has the jersey, the man still has the best hands on the team, Kadeem. Am I lying or am I lying, bro?
Not just the big catch that he made. There was one he made in the red zone, or one he almost made in the red zone, which he had no right to even attempt to come down with it. If we can get the video on the YouTube channel, brilliant. But if not, I will do my best Mike Gesicki impression with a Mike Gesicki jersey on. Skylar essentially throws it up, and Mike Gesicki, like, you've got one defender's hand, Mike Gesicki behind the defender's hand, one-handed ball touches his hand, but as he's falling, he's like still managed to keep the ball in control. I don't know where my ball is, somewhere around the room somewhere, and he's like falling. He kind of like trapped against his side, and yeah, it would have been one of the great catches of the season, if not, NFL history, if he managed to make it. And the only reason he didn't make it is because the defender essentially like knocked it out. Mike Gesicki would do Mike Gesicki things, and
crazy how that works because he's always been on the team the whole year, and we can't get this man the ball for some reason. Now, there have been some catches this year. We have the Justin Jefferson catch against Buffalo, which for everyone's saying it's the catch of the year. For my dollar, it is not the catch of the year because it was assisted. I don't like an assisted catch. The defender helped him catch the ball. I didn't like that. Everybody's going crazy over the catch, probably because of the circumstances in the game. I could understand that part. But the catch itself, not the catch of the year for me. Devontae Adams catch, Raiders, can't remember who they were playing, dives, another fourth quarter catch, game on the line. Are you kidding me type of catch? Goes out, brings it in, gets passing the PI, brings it down. Mike Gesicki bringing this catch in, it's the catch of the year. I'm not even going to lie to you. It was just, you're not supposed to catch this ball. He would have pinned it against the back of his hamstring. You know what I'm saying? Fall down with it inside the 5-yard line. I can't remember the receiver, the Dolphins receiver that was near him when he almost did it, but you can see the expression on the Dolphins receiver's face. Like, no way you almost did that. You feel me? So, unfortunately, he didn't come down with that catch, but he did come down with a contested one, and it was another great catch. It's best hands on the team, bro. Eric Ezukama was active, Kadeem. And do you think Eric Ezukama was active because the Dolphins were like, yo, Skyler's playing, they have chemistry. This is all we got. Let's see if something can happen with this.
Yeah, 100%. It was literally, if we need something and Skyler's going to trust someone, it's going to be EDE. If we need like a Hail Mary situation or it's third and long and we're down 3, blah, 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 we can chuck Eric out there and say, you know what? Other guys might be open, but if Skyler can find Eric, then we'll take it. So I think that's why he dressed. And if Skyler is the starter on Sunday against Buffalo, I would not be surprised if Easy is also dresses again.
Hey, did you know? First of all, I like him better in the 18 than I did than the 87. I don't know if he changed his number. So now he's wearing 18 and he used to wear 87. I like he looks like an actual receiver now. Did you catch Tyreek Hill went back to return the punt late in the game? Almost on some nothing else has worked for us. Maybe we could get a spark and maybe he could get us in field goal range or something. Did you see that?
So I believe Hill addressed him being on punt / kick returns prior to the game and was like, yo, I'll do anything to try and help us win. And again, I did think if it's second half or whenever, if the Dolphins are down, I would not be surprised to see, Waddle, Hill back there. Because again, it's like we had this whole discussion in the offseason. Would they, will they, won't they? And for the most part, I don't think it's mattered too much during the season. But I felt like Sunday was, it's not only is it winning in this, last chance to lose, now or never. And we are going to do everything and anything to try and get the win. Be it like you might as well risk Tyreek Hill in a kick return because like you can't do it next week if you're at the playoffs. So yeah, I was not surprised at all. Same way I wasn't surprised by the amount of like wide receiver screens we threw, given that we've I'm pretty sure I said the other week on the podcast, like we just haven't seen it. But we were doing, handoffs, end around, wide receiver screens. It was like, again, anything to get the ball into our better players' hands and not have Skylar Thompson do too much by, standing in the pocket, especially when Teron Armstead didn't dress and he was on the inactives list.
Does this save everyone's job in the front office, Kadeem? Or is there a way the Dolphins get beat by 40 in Buffalo and everyone's still on the hot seat?
I think context is really important surrounding that question. So if Tua doesn't start on Sunday and the Dolphins lose by 40, I don't think everyone's on the hot seat because, like, listen, what did you really expect going into this game with a third-string quarterback against what many to believe the best team in the NFL, or a Super Bowl favorite in Buffalo? So, I don't think that will be the case. If Tua miraculously starts, I think people can legit turn around and say he's been, out for 2 weeks, even though he'd be medically cleared, how medically cleared, has he been medically cleared? I wouldn't be surprised if the NFLPA have an investigation into, hey, Tua's playing, is he really medically cleared? It's like, I'm not doing this. However, I still believe and think that the Dolphins should move on from Josh Boyer at the end of the season.
And the special teams coach.
Yes, your name always escapes me, so I apologize for that. Not even in a disrespectful way. It's just, in an ideal world, you wouldn't know his name off the top of your head because, they've been average at best. This season, it seemed like everyone should know his name because of how bad we've been on special teams. But there was a Twitter thread from Adam Beasley, which I wanted to run by with you because it pertains to the Dolphins defense. And he says, quick Dolphins note before things get nutty today. For all the grief that the defense got, they were 14th in yards/play, 5.29, 16 yards/carry, 4.15, and 12th in yards/attempt, 6.4. The defense on a down-in, down-out basis was very similar to 2021. They just couldn't force any turnovers. Do you think, and again, to me, that goes back to the whole, well, look at the players missing this year. Again, Byron Jones, friend of the podcast, Brandon Jones, obviously Emmanuel Ogba went out and all that kind of stuff. Hearing those stats, do you think that Josh Boyer deserves another year and hopefully you get everyone back in, everyone back fully fit? Obviously, there'll be changes, all that kind of stuff. Or do you think, regardless, he needs to go?
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Like I've been asking myself the same thing for 18 weeks, 16 weeks, 17 weeks. I've been asking myself the same thing for 17 weeks, Kadeem. I don't know.
And so, very quickly, he did add. So someone asked about third down defense. Adam Beasley says, "You got me there." They slipped from 41.13% in 2021 all the way to 41.63 in 2022. Like, so if anything, that is like a justification to keep him on because it's like he's lost all this talent and the defense has barely regressed outside of turnovers, which fluctuate so heavily from one season to another. People were saying that, he held the Jets to 6 points. That should be commended. I'm like, don't even do that because someone held the Jets to 9 points the other week. Like that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
and I know we'll have a whole conversation in the offseason. Regardless of what happened to Josh Boyer, we're gonna have a whole conversation, probably a whole episode about what should happen or anything like that. Same way loads of people will say, if you don't know whether your quarterback is good or not, then you have an issue. If we don't know Josh Boyer is good or not, then do we not have an issue?
Hear me out, Kadeem. There's a lot of people who wanted to see us burn it down. Josh Boyer, Chris Greer, Coach McDaniel, everybody wanted to see us burn it down. Like, oh, this is it. Black Monday. Give them the Dolphin treatment so they can say we did it wrong again and I told you so. Y'all ain't it, right? I think we could do better than Boyer. I really do think we could do better than Boyer. I think we're enamored by the scheme, that zero blitz, Brandon and Javon coming off the edges. No, you know what I'm saying? I think we're enamored by that, what it was. And no one wants to go get a different DC. Like another DC can't scheme us up pretty good. I think that's what it is. But I don't. Josh Boyer wasn't even a defensive coordinator, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he was never a DC. This was his first opportunity in Miami to be a DC. You telling me you can't find a DC out there somewhere that's qualified or that's better than Josh Boyer? And then we had question marks when Josh Boyer was with B-Flow. So I gotta imagine you can find someone. But my thing isn't Josh Boyer. My thing is the people who was like, "Oh, Coach McDaniel gotta go," and it's funny to me because we had the sexiest offense we have ever had in 25 years in Miami, and it was the sexiest thing ever. And oh no, it's still not good enough. You gotta go. Like what? What are y'all talking about, bro? You know, at one point we were the second seed. I thought we were the one seed at one point of the season. But what are y'all talking about, right? Can you imagine, Kadeem? The Dolphins burn it down. Coach McDaniel gets fired. And because he probably left San Fran, he probably doesn't go right back to San Fran. So he goes to the Jets because him and Saleh are best friends. So now Coach McDaniel's the Jets offensive coordinator. Like, can you imagine that? And now we got to play Coach McDaniel in that offense and Saleh with the Jets for the next 6 years. Like, bro, that's not something I'm trying to see, bro. It's not. And I don't understand how we got here. I really don't. And I try to be objective. I try to be reasonable. Let me hear everything. Let me know what you got. Let me hear your opinions. I don't see how you could get rid of Coach McDaniel. But we don't have to have that conversation because we're in the playoffs now.
That's what you think.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, man, we're in the playoffs now, bro. We made the playoffs. We're in here. We got to the dance. We're dancing. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't feel as good as I would like to feel in the playoffs right now. And it's almost like that's the playoffs, not the goal, bro. The goal is to win the Super Bowl.
You say we made a dance and we're dancing. Again, I feel like we are doing the two-step and clicking our fingers off beat. Like this isn't a fully choreographed. Oh my days! I don't say
choreographed.
There we go. Choreographed dance. Like it's
things don't. For the person who is the non-dancer, weren't you on a choreography team? And you can't say the word.
You can't even say availability. So don't even try and talk to me about getting words wrong. Sometimes there's words that you just struggle with.
Bro, I cannot say that word, bro. That's crazy.
When you sent me that voice note, you're the availability.
Bro, it's crazy. Bro, I gotta slow it down and break it down. Availability. Crazy.
Yeah, listen, I'm fully of the belief that making the playoffs in the NFL is always a very, very, very difficult thing to do. So anyone who's trying to belittle the Dolphins' achievement this year can go kick boulders barefoot. Like, not even kick rocks. Kick a boulder barefoot. And not just like a little tap. I'm talking like you're about to score the winning penalty for Argentina against France in the World Cup. Do a run up and put your foot through the boulder and see where that lands you. So yeah, I'm not trying to. I don't want to hear anyone like, "Oh, but you only made it." Yeah, we made it. However, I'm not expecting anything more, if that makes sense. And I think that's because of the makeup of this team right now. At the beginning of the season, if someone said to you, and take out the context, someone says to you in Mike McDaniel's rookie season, he's gonna lead the Dolphins to 9-8. And you'll make the playoffs as the 7th seed. I'm sure 99% of fans, including yourself, will be like, "Yeah, I'll take it." Like, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
And we had a discussion with myself, you, 5 Yard Lee from the Miami Dolphins UK podcast, and DraftKings Jason. It's the kind of discussion we should be having on the podcast, to be fair. But the whole, if you flip the Dolphins season around in terms of you go essentially from instead of 8-3 to 3-8. And make the playoffs, would that be any better? Listen, I'm glad we're there, and I think the 8-3 aspect of it means that there's somewhat of a come down to making the playoffs. But we've made the playoffs, and if we get trounced on Sunday, do you guys say the word trounced?
Not often, but we do say it.
Okay, cool. But yeah, if we get set, if we basically repeat the 2016 season where we make the playoffs and then get blown away, in the wild card, one and done.
Hold on, Kadeem. I'm thinking over here. Now that you said that, the Jaguars were 2-6 this season in the worst division in football. My brother in my phone, oh, the Jaguars made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Tua barely made the playoffs. Like, bro, someone had to go to the playoffs from that division. That's how they made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Someone had to go. Cincinnati struggled this year, and if it wasn't for a concussed Tua, it may have derailed their season. They started off terrible. Cincinnati did. Who else is in the playoffs? Okay, you got KC, you got Buffalo. I'm talking about AFC teams.
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Who else we got in the playoffs?
Baltimore,
Chargers is another team that didn't get started off right. You know what I'm saying? So the reason I'm bringing all this up is because there are a few teams in the NFL that just, we're juggernauts and we're a force to be reckoned with. Everyone else happens to have struggles. And you got the Chargers struggled, the Bengals struggled. They fixed it, obviously. The Jaguars still struggling, if you ask me. Yeah, and the Dolphins, we had our inconsistencies. So all of us have had our inconsistencies, but since we are the Miami Dolphins, everybody blows it out of proportion. It's all right. We don't want it to be all right. Actually, it's not all right, but we don't want it to be our thing, and we're learning how to win. And remember that person, oh, you barely won. Well, that's what you have to do. You have to win, no matter how it looks. A W is a W. So the hope is we just got this coach this year. Next year, we clean up all these penalties, bro. Like, yo, that's a huge thing. Penalties that, like, pre-snap penalties. You eliminate some of these pre-snap penalties, and we're a different looking team. So, yeah, we got a 9-8 season with a first-time head coach. But the hope is, now we build off of that. Now we go to 11-7 or 11-6 next year. You know what I'm saying? And we get better, and better. But nah, bro, like don't have people make you believe that the Dolphins the only team that had inconsistencies this season and made the playoffs. Everybody has, bro. Almost everybody has.
Yeah, and I think it's a matter of, listen, we haven't been here since 2016. And, the last 2 years, we were one game away after, going on amazing win streaks. This year, we made it after going on an amazing losing streak. I think the whole, not just rival fans, but Miami fans as well, belittling the situation and, wanting wholesale changes and all that kind of stuff. But then once we make it, it's, oh no, everyone's got to stay and all that kind. I think the point I'm trying to make is Miami fans are the Miami fans that I'm seeing across my timeline and having conversations with and all that kind of stuff. They change their opinion as often as they change their underwear. Or I would like to think how often they change their underwear, given you wash and shower on a daily basis. Yeah, it's Tua not the answer, and then Tua is the answer, and then Tua not the answer, but everyone kind of agrees that if Tua plays on Sunday, the Dolphins have a legit chance of beating Buffalo. And Mike McDaniel isn't the answer until he is the answer because he made the playoffs. But if we get trounced by 40 against Buffalo, well, he's not the answer because it's like, yo, let's not do this. Let's just enjoy. Let's enjoy Victory Monday. And there's a video clip going around of all the NFL players who, when facing the Dolphins this year, done the waddle. And everyone's like, yo, where are you guys now? Because you guys are watching waddle in the playoffs. So
but I hate every person that does that, bro. I think my dog did it. Michael Carter from Touche 24 did it. Like, bro, I hate it when they do that, bro. LB absolutely hates it, bro. Like, bro, I really dislike it when other teams do the waddle, bro. I hate that.
I think it's so I was going to say, breaking news, but I've literally just seen that the Cardinals have fired Cliff Kingsbury, which was, I guess, expected. So it kind of threw me off for a moment. But I think rival players doing a waddle, one shows how good waddle is and how, popular that waddle dance is.
Mm-hmm.
It's also one of the things where if you're going to do it, then back it up with, at least making the playoffs. Don't do the waddle and not do better than Jalen Waddle and the Dolphins. The Packers just missed the playoff because they lost to the Lions. A Lions team who, when the Dolphins beat, it's just the Lions, there were nobody.
Straight up.
Now look at this Lions team, and let's be honest, a lot of teams won't want to face the Lions in the playoffs because they're going to play hard. Same way, pending Tua's clearance, Buffalo won't want to play Tua, and it's one of those things where we should be delighted that we've made the playoffs. Again, for everyone who said, well, this season Justin Herbert made the playoffs, whereas Tua team made the playoffs as well. And let's be honest, they made the playoffs because of Tua. I know we'll get into a whole conversation at some point during the off season, but right now the Dolphins MVP of the season is Tua, and we can have a discussion about it and a back and forth. But I think it'd be hard pressed to find anyone who disagrees with Tua being the team's MVP.
I don't know. Sherrod Steve might disagree, bro. I don't know.
And again,
we have to get Sherrod Steve on the podcast.
100%.
Let me ask you something, bro. You think Tua's going to be cleared to play?
I recommend you go watch this interview with Tyreek Hill because, again, after he says the whole, how the team plays with Tua, he's asked, does Tua play on Sunday? And, Tyreek Hill's got what I call his Bret Hitman Hart shades. Know them like classic, like those sunglasses / shades are Bret Hart shades in my opinion.
I was just watching Bret Hart like 2 days ago on YouTube. like I'm not the resident wrestling guy, but it's crazy that you brought that up.
Even if I think Tyreek Hill's, I'm looking at a picture right now. I don't think Hill's are all pink and they're not. Like his frames are kind of cheatified, I guess, but they are Bret Hart shades. So anyway, so Hill's asked, does Tua play? And he kind of laughed and said that question's above my pay grade. And the reporter, and I can't remember her name, so I apologize. She says, but you chat to him, you talk to him, is he gonna play? And Hill gives off the impression as if like, who's he gonna play? But he doesn't give anything away, and he's like, you can see me winking right now, but he's got his shades on. So the reporter kind of like lifts his glasses, and if you're watching on YouTube, I'm not even lying, Hill does this with his eyes. As in, like, I'm not even gonna try and blink to see if he can give anything away.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of Tua after the game with the players coming into the tunnel?
So what Kadeem is referring to, I want to say it was, I don't know what play that they were watching. Raheem Mostert was in the tunnel because Raheem Mostert injured his thumb and could not return back to the game. So Raheem Mostert went to the locker room, and Tua is in the tunnel watching the big screen, and the game is in essence either, I'm not sure if it's the Jason Sanders field goal that happens or if it's one of the last plays of the Jets game, the drive where the safety happens. So I'm not sure what play it is, but Tua is in the tunnel watching the screen, the big screen, and Mostert's with him. And in essence, the play happens and they're celebrating like, yes, we just won this game. Mostert pushes Tua like, yeah, boy, we're going to the playoffs. And Tua does a fist pump type thing. And it was from the tunnel. And there's something there, Kadeem. There's something majestic about it, bro. Like, remember we was talking about Goku in the chamber?
Yeah.
It's something about Tua waiting to come back to play, bro. It's something about, just give me a chance. Like, don't let my season end like this. And it's something about coming back against the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. I seen it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it, and I think it's been reported, or might have just been a Twitter report, that Tua watched the game in essentially a blacked out room. And if that is the case, then I don't think we see him, because if he's still in essentially a blacked out room, okay, they could be doing it for precaution. But if anyone's ever suffered a migraine, at least they say, if you suffer a migraine, blacked out room, no sound, no light, that should help and stuff like that. I am so torn, and I'm leaning towards not wanting to see him. Let me finish my point before you start talking, start singing, man.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, the Dolphins won't play Tua unless he's 100% medically cleared. But I also kind of want him to sit him regardless, because I want Tua for the next 10 years, not for Sunday against Buffalo, because in my genuine opinion, we will make the playoffs again under Tua. You are adamant we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
We're winning the Super Bowl next year, Kadeem. What you mean make the playoffs?
But thinking, again, I'm not trying to take credit from your point. So I'm making my own point. So listen, I want to see Tua on Sunday. But I'm also like, just not punt this game away, but don't risk Tua's long-term health for one Sunday, given how beat up this team is. But yeah, watching that video with him, dapping up all the players and stuff like that, it gets me emotional, because again, like you said, he's there. You can tell in his mind, he's like, I want to be out there fighting with my players, with my team, but also don't let the first year I'm on a playoff, winning team, essentially, have me be on the side, watching from the locker room. Like, I don't want to be there. I want to be like, not say that we're going to lose to Buffalo, but if we are, Tua wants to be down with the ship. Tua wants to go down with the ship. Like, however this season ends for the Dolphins, he wants to be on the field with them. So it's an amazing video if you haven't seen it. And yeah, fingers crossed, Tua is able to play and, be with his teammates on Sunday.
You got anything before we go on the bonus time?
Nothing. That can't wait until
cool.
The next few days.
So I'll close with my take on Tua. I think the NFL is rigged to a degree. I don't think the games are rigged. I don't think someone is greasing somebody under the table saying, hey, get this done. I don't think that's the case. But I do think the NFL says, hey, Devontae Parker is trending on Twitter and the video is bad for us. He's not playing for 2 weeks. And then they make that happen. He won't be cleared for a few weeks. Hey, Tua's injury was on national television against Cincinnati. This is a big deal. And he had that episode earlier. Whatever you think is going there, he's not playing for 2-3 weeks. He's not going to get cleared. You got other people who have more concussions than Tua and Kenny Pickett that still play. That they don't go out for weeks at a time and weeks at a time and weeks at a time. But as soon as the NFL gets a little heat under their seat, hey, we're not playing this dude. And I think it's so rigged, Kadeem. Again, I don't think the games are fixed. But I think it's so rigged, Kadeem, that Tua is going to be cleared to play by the NFL this week. They're going to say, there's no way we're going to put Skylar Thompson versus Josh Allen when we could make all this money with the return of Tua going to Buffalo. That's how rigged I think the NFL is. The NFL will make sure Tua is cleared to play this week. I could be wrong. We're about to find out. But if Tua is cleared to play, I'm, again, preface my comments, not a doctor. I don't know if y'all didn't know that or not, but I'm not a doctor. But if the doctor said he's okay to play, then I have to play him. That's it. There's no other. Well, hey, the doctor said you're okay to play. I'm not gonna play you though because I don't know if it's safe for you to play. Like, no, if the doctor says he's okay to play, I gotta play this man. Because then it messes, it blurs the lines. When is he okay to play for you, but not for the doctor? You see what I'm saying? So when the doctor clears him this week, because the NFL is a business, and doctors probably could have cleared him already, but they're saying, nah, bro, this is too, the national implications of this. Nah, we're not doing it. And now that it's the playoffs, I believe they're gonna clear him. You said it was a little emotional for you, Kadeem. Like, dang, bro, look at Oos in the tunnel. Speaking of emotions, and this is a perfect way to go into the next episode because we're playing the Bills. There's some things that sports does to people, not just to people, but for people. Shout out to Josh Kasker from Same Old Dolphins Show. He put a tweet out there basically in support of Damar Hamlin, the Buffalo Bills, and how it's hard to root against them right now with everything they got going on. I'm gonna be real with you, Kadeem. The Miami Marlins, Jose Fernandez passed away years ago in a boating accident, and the Marlins had to come back and play a baseball game. Marlins were not as good as the Buffalo Bills are today. But we did have Yelich and Stanton and Ozuna and Gordon all on the same team. Crazy how we wasn't getting it done. And the first at bat, the whole Major League Baseball was on our side, and they honored Jose Fernandez, and we had to come out. Everyone's jersey on the Miami Marlins had Fernandez on the back, and wore number 16, I believe.
He did, yeah.
And D. Gordon was the first at bat since the boating accident. D. Gordon comes to the plate, stands on the opposite side of the plate where Jose Fernandez would really stand at bat, and he takes a pitch, goes back to the dugout, puts on his helmet, comes back and bats the way that he's about to really take this at bat. First swing, home run. Bro, the chills that went through my body when I seen that, bro, and I got to see it live, were unprecedented. D. Gordon takes his home run trot. If you look in the background where the fans, like, and D. Gordon getting dapped up and on the way to the dugout, everybody's so sad. And it's like, dang, we got to witness this unbelievable thing that's going on right now with Jose Fernandez on everyone's mind. D. Gordon is boo-hoo crying. The dugout is crying. The pitcher for the Mets, I forgot his name. It's the big dude. I forgot dude's name, but he kind of got jokes too. He said, I didn't even want to throw the next pitch. I just wanted them to enjoy what was going on at that moment. So I wanted them to have their moment. Everybody's dapping up D. Gordon in the dugout. Everybody's crying. And I'm like, yo, I still get chills watching it to this day. To this day, I still get chills watching that clip. The Buffalo Bills are in the middle of making a movie, bro. This is movie stuff. When you have the turmoil that has been going on in Buffalo in the past 12 months of the blizzards, the snowstorms, the shootings, and unfortunately, Damar Hamlin collapsing on the football field, bro. If we know something in sports, and if you're an athlete, you know there's nothing like a team that's playing with a purpose. That is one of the scariest things. And it really is. And now you have Buffalo with all of this support behind them. This Goliath of a team. And all of the good energy behind Buffalo. And they take this kickoff to the house. First kickoff goes to the house. First time they return to kickoff in 3 years and 3 months. And all the threes are being thrown up in the sky. I ain't gonna lie to you, Kadeem. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. And before I knew the Dolphins had to play Buffalo, I was okay if Buffalo went to the Super Bowl, had their movie, Live It Up Buffalo, we'll get our turn next year. Be very clear. I would not feel bad going into Buffalo and beating them, bro. Shout out to Buffalo. Y'all live it up while you can. I wish y'all the best. I'm actually going for you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If we don't win, I hope y'all pull it off. I cannot wait to see the movie. But don't think I'm gonna feel bad if we go to Buffalo and come out with a W because Oos is back. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting
Kadeem, bro, there's been a whole bunch of that stuff though. Like a whole bunch of crazy stuff in sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you kidding me? Type stuff. But yeah, man, that was crazy. I get chills every time I see the replay of the kickoff. Crazy.
Yeah, I watched it obviously at the Hippodrome. A lot of Buffalo fans there as well. Everyone was off their seat when was it Naeem Hines, wasn't it?
Naeem Hines, yeah.
Yeah, when he was returning the opening kickoff. Everyone was just like, yo, like this is amazing. And listen, Buffalo still found a way to make it closer than I wanted it to be. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But you know, they got the job done. The Dolphins got the job done. And yeah, we've made the playoffs. I wanted to ask you, could have asked you before, but obviously bonus time as well. What do you make of the Dolphins' game plan on offense? And obviously, you know, Skylar Thompson, 7th round quarterback, all that kind of stuff. But even when Skylar's played before, we haven't run the ball as much as we had run it against the Jets. And I really do feel that. So, before I give you my opinion, yeah, what do you make of Mike McDaniel's game plan, including, you know, going for it on 4th down when it didn't and all that kind of stuff?
LB asked me yesterday, hey, what you thought about that 4th down? Let me be very clear, bro. There hasn't been a 4th down that we've ever gone for that I was like, why would you do that? I trust Mike McDaniel with my football team. I really, really, really do. Does he make some questionable decisions? Does he run the ball when I don't think he should run it? Does he pass the ball when I don't think he should pass it? Does he call plays? I'm like, bro, come on. Why would you call this play right now? Absolutely. But he also is fearless with this deep ball. He's also like, yo, I'll do what I want. And it works out for him I say a good percentage of the time it works out. So he's won my support. It's like a credit card. Like, bro, you have great credit with me. You know what I'm saying? So if he goes again, bro, you don't remember when he went for it on his own, like 17 on 4th down against maybe the Chargers, was it? I don't even remember what game it was. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? And he went for it. I'm like, and we got it. I'm good. Let's do it. So I don't mind whenever he does go for it. I'm like, this is not a surprise to me. I can no longer be surprised by when Coach McDaniel goes for it on a 4th and don't go for it. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't surprise me. I'm okay with him saying we're going for it. He believes in his team. I think he believes in the plays. And he's so smart, bro, that when he calls the play, he sees the way the defense is lined up, and he says, okay, we should have about 4 yards before the running back is even contacted. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he'll be able to see the lineup and no, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work. I'm calling timeout because they have a good defense up against this play call. So I'm very comfortable with Coach McDaniel going for it whenever he wants to go for it.
I think in terms of like the overall game plan, I like the fact that we ran it so much. There was a few, again, the fourth down calls. I'm like, yeah, no, it is what it is. I also backed the Dolphins to even if they didn't get those fourth downs, the Jets weren't doing anything with the ball. So I was like, cool, do what you got to do. There was a few, like, I know we didn't discuss it, but that horrible snap on like first down, which put us in like 2nd and 32 or something dumb like that. And then on the third down, I think we ran like a wide receiver screen, and I was thinking, yo, just throw deep. You might get a flag, you never know. And if it gets intercepted, okay, cool. It's essentially a punt. But yeah, it's very I thought the play calling in general was conservative, which was fine by me given the situation. I loved the fourth down pitch we had because I did not expect that.
Oh, I knew the play. That's the
you?
play. That's the play we showed on the podcast, Kadeem. But Trent Sherfield is the receiver that goes in motion and makes that block. I think it was Craycraft that time. I can't remember. That's the exact same play we showed. And I said, this is why Trent Sherfield's on the team, because he runs in motion, bends the corner, makes that block. Bro, when I seen the lineup, when I seen the formation, and then I seen the motion, I knew that was the play. It's almost like when we had Fitzmagic and the skinny post Gesicki to the goalpost in the red zone. It's like the same bread and butter play we always ran with Fitzmagic and Gesicki in the end zone. All the time, like, it's coming. How do I know it's coming and the other teams don't know it's coming? So when I seen us line up, I'm like, oh, I already know this play. I already know what play it is. And it worked out. And I was happy about it.
Yeah, it's playoff football, man. Playoff football.
I think. Go ahead.
No, what you can say.
No, I think when it was 6 minutes left, or 5 minutes, I think it was 5 minutes left, and it was 6-6. I'm like, bro, we can still run the ball. It's okay to still run the ball. And he came out and threw it on first down. And then he ran it on second down, and it got like 11 yards or something like that. And all I could hear is Coach McDaniel saying, yeah, you gotta do what the defense isn't expecting you to do. And we gotta trust dude. Until he proves himself otherwise, then it is what it is. He's gonna make his own fate. That's it. Like, either he's gonna make it, or he's not gonna make it, bro. That's it. So I have to trust him, and I'm okay with that, bro. Like, Tyreek Hill has 1,700 yards receiving. Jalen Waddle had 1,300 yards receiving. Tua missed like 5 games. There's a chance we could have had 2,000 yards receivers. That's unheard of. I trust Mike McDaniel, bro.
Yeah, definitely. And I was just going to say that, yeah, it's Victory Monday. The Dolphins are making the playoffs, and I'll be watching the game somewhere in Barbados. So, fun time. Oopsie.